morning, everybody. Rose here. Today I am reacting to a leaked audio video courtesy of a channel called Sam's Bar Lounge. And this leaked audio came from Jennifer Corvina, who is a former mod of Natters. So this video is already making the rounds with the reaction channels. I found out about this audio last night, late last night. And this audio is Dede, I guess, talking to Jennifer Corvina. And Dede talks about Chantal, talks about the three-way situation between Chantal, Natter, and Dede, and how it all went down. And another thing that was discussed in this audio, the ongoing situation with Dede and Natter, and also with Chantal, with Dede being a sub. Now, I will say, before this video even gets started, that because of the nature of this audio, that the conversation is going to be adult. It's going to concern elements of BDSM, which I am knowledgeable about, because Dede brings it up. But when we get to those parts, I will handle things in a very adult way. You know, we're not going to get too graphic. We're not going to get gross. But I'm going to go into that discussion for the purpose of education, because when it comes to the world of Foodie Beauty, Natter, and Dede, because of the topics discussed, you have to bring this stuff up in order to better explain things, because a lot of people looking at Foodie, looking at this whole situation, sometimes it's hard to see what's going on. And the more you know, the more you understand. But I will handle things in a very gentle way for those who may not be comfortable talking about BDSM. So, in this audio, Dede confirms the BDSM sub-dom contracts. But again, when we get to that part, we'll get to it. So, let me just go ahead and share the screen so you guys can see the video that was posted on Sam's Bar Lounge. And I will be leaving a link in the description. And I do encourage everybody to go over to Sam's Bar Lounge and give them a thumbs up for having this video that I can react to. So let's get to.
Back to Montreal if you want. I look at him and he's like, you know, like, I don't mind, or whatever. What do you think, Dede? And I'm like, like, you know, okay, do you know that she went to the, okay, I have to start from the beginning. She ended up going to the police station. She did that, right? She did that. She gave the statement and all that. Anyway, so she came. I had gone to Pennington's because it's a clothes store, because I had to buy underwear for my mom or whatever. And when I came back, when he said, like, she's gonna come and she's gonna pick out the clothes she wants, because I don't know, it's too much and I don't know what I said, okay, whatever, I guess, whatever. Okay, you know, Natter is very, like, not the best thing to do, Natter, but okay, right? So I come back from the store and I see the car parked and she's already inside and she's sitting on the bed, and I'm like, okay, hey, you know, and Natter was like in his, like, lying down, stressed out, this and that, you know, and so I'm just trying, I don't like uncomfortableness. So I'm like trying, you know, I'm just talking, you know, talking with her, and then she's like, I took out the clothes, I showed her all the clothes, I went downstairs, all the, there was a big, like, big pile of clothes downstairs too in the laundry, you brought that up, so we're to go through, and I said, so she's like, well, if you guys want, I can drive you back to Montreal, if you don't mind, if you're okay with that, and we can maybe grab something to eat. And I looked at Natter and I was like, you know, okay. And I'm like, oh my God, okay. You know, and so I pulled him aside. I'm like, oh, what the fuck are we doing? He's like, well, why not? Then we'll save money. And, you know, I need her to be on my side. And I'm like, okay, whatever. Okay. I mean, with Natter, you can't. So she drove us back to Montreal. And then, well, she's super nice in the car, but she still thinks that me and Natter are just friends. We don't hook up. We're just fucking, not fucking, and all this stuff. Um, so then she's like, "Oh, do you have anything good to eat in Montreal?" I'm like, "Yeah, there's a good sub place." So I'm in my head, she's like, "Drive us to Montreal, get us. Okay, you want to, come? We'll order, we'll pick up something, come back here, eat, and you'll go home, and then that's it. Like, and she's supposed to go to Cuba and all that stuff, right?"
So this was before the Cuba trip.
So in the car, he's like, we picked up. I know a good sub place, whatever. We picked up subs. I'm like, okay. And then right before we got to my house, he's like, "Oh, we need some wine." And I'm like, "Wine, okay, if you want, okay." So I paid for the subs and all that. I'm like, "Oh, Chantal, okay, it was nice of you to drive us, and I'll pay for the subs." And then he wanted wine, so I'm like, "Okay, I'll let you. She's so fat. Fuck, she's like 400 pounds, like literally."
And there's Deedee fat shaming Chantal because she's a bigger lady. Although she's a bigger lady herself. But there she is fat shaming Chantal.
Really, like she can't even. And I said, "Okay, I'll go to the guys get out of the store. I go to get wine, come back, go to the they come back here. We eat a bit, not much, because whatever. And then I'm like, "Do you guys want wine?" Yes, okay, start drinking. Chantal was like nonstop. Didn't even ask. We went into my fridge whenever she wanted, kept pouring herself glasses of wine. I think in half an hour she had like 5 glasses of wine, big glasses. So then she was drunk. Natter, being natter. Because he always said, "Oh, one day, Chantal's gonna eat your pussy. Chantal's gonna eat your pussy one day. I swear to God, Chantal's gonna eat your pussy." And I'm like, "What the fuck?"
Sorry about that. I'm sorry about the coarse language, y'all, but it is in the audio.
You talking about? Like, So he pulls me aside and he's like, "Go take a shower and go put on something sexy." I'm like, "What do you think she's gonna eat your pussy?" I'm like, "Are you fucking kidding me?" Like.
Okay, I'm stopping you here because you know what? It doesn't matter if the situation has to do with BDSM or not. Consent should always be paramount. Whatever's going on intimately, consent should always be top priority. Always top priority. Nobody should ever do anything that they're not comfortable with. So whether it's a BDSM situation or not, all parties should be consenting and okay with what's going on. It shouldn't be one person pushing another person or two other people into something they don't want to do. Period. End of story. And clearly, Natter had designs in his head, and all he was thinking about was, I want these two women to do something. And as you'll find out, Chantal wasn't comfortable with what was going on. Neither was Dede. All he wanted was what he wanted for whatever purpose he wanted it, but he wanted it. But neither one was comfortable with it, but they went along with it because they both like Natter. So BDSM situation or not, two of the three parties were not comfortable with this.
So I was drinking and we are smoking up. I was smoked up. I just needed like just to kind of like deal with the situation. I'm just trying to like, what the fuck is going on? And he has a way about him. You know that.
Yeah, what way is that? What way is that? Controlling a situation and urging people to get together that really are not attracted to each other, that don't want to do something with each other, they just want him. That's the way. That's a bad way. That's real bad.
So I take a shower and then he's like, "Now put on something sexy, go in the bedroom, put a blindfold on." And so then she comes, she's drunk, like tipsy, very tipsy, comes in the room. She starts eating me out.
I'm sorry, y'all. I'm sorry. This is an adult conversation. She's saying this in the audio. There's really no way to blank it out. I apologize for that. Really, I apologize. So Natter is initiating the situation Deedee never asked for it. She truly doesn't want it. And I feel that Chantal did this not because she had any attraction to Deedee, but because I'm sure Chantal in her head thought, well, if I do this to Deedee, that maybe she would get to be intimate with Nader later as a reward, or that she would get in Nader's good graces and he would see her later. I feel that's the entire reason why Chantal did what she did. She is desperate to be close to Nader, or she was. Perhaps she still is, but she would do anything to be close to Nader, for him to see her, for him to talk to her, spend some time with her. You know, she's very thirsty for Nader's attention. So if Nader says, do this, just to make that happen, she would do that.
I fake, like, you know, but then
See that I don't like that. I fake. If you're faking pleasure, you're not really experiencing pleasure. And if you're having to fake pleasure, that means you're not really consenting to what's going on. Consent is always important, no matter what the situation intimately. Whether you are just an ordinary man and a woman doing something, whether it's BDSM, whether it's anything, consent is paramount. If you don't like what's going on, or you don't like the idea of what's about to happen, you should always say, no, I'm not going to do that. And Nader is over there play acting with being a Dom. He's not a real Dom, because a real Dom respects limits. A real Dom is about consent. I've known real Doms. They never behave that way, of pushing people into situations they don't want to be a part of. In that lifestyle, respect is important. Honor is important. Integrity is important. You never push people into things they don't want to do and that they're uncomfortable with, period. There is no argument there. Never.
he starts eating me out after her, and then she freaks out. She's freaked out because I guess she thought, you know, because he was in his own state, right? He was in a state. So
Yeah, he was in his own state. He's like, I want these two women to get together. And he's not stopping to consider how either one of them would feel during or after. He just wanted what he wanted. Very selfish. Very, very selfish. Anyone, he wants to call himself a Dom. I disagree. Absolutely disagree.
So then she's freaked out. Then they're fighting with each other, and I'm trying to calm down the situation. I'm like, okay, calm down, guys. Let's just, like, you know, okay, you were all drunk or a bit high, da 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 da, you know. And I calmed down the situation, and the entire night, the whole night, was just him trying to get us again to have like threesome and stuff. But she would.
There we go. So this uncomfortable situation was initiated by him, and both women are freaked out. And after that, you don't stop and say, you know, maybe this is not a good idea. They don't want to get together. They're both uncomfortable with each other. Maybe we should just calm things down and apologize and make it right. No, he's going to try to push them together again. And this is the man that these two women were fighting over. This is the man that these two women want to be with so badly, this person who doesn't care anything about limits or consent. This makes me sick, absolutely sick.
She was pissed. She was pissed because she's like, you know, fuck you, Dede. I know you're fucking sleeping with her. I know you have, blah, 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 blah. And I'm saying, no, we haven't. We didn't. I'm just trying to, you know, we're just.
You know what? A lot of the stuff that happened would not have happened if Dede and Nader just came forward and said, yes, we are sleeping together. But they just kept up the lies. Oh no, we're not sleeping together. We're friends. Keeping up this facade that they're just friends. And why did they do that? Because Nader wanted Chantal's money. He was honest and upfront about being intimate with Dede because he's a grifter, he's a scammer. And grifters and scammers, if they're trying to grift somebody, they got to maintain the appearance that they are available. There might be some chance of some sort of a relationship. I called the Dom sub thing months ago. Those of you on my channel, you know that. I called it. Absolutely called it. I talked about it with all of you here on my channel. Because in the world of foodie beauty, you know, you got to look at the different layers of what's going on to understand it, because there are so many different layers. You got to pull it all apart to make it make sense. And since I have knowledge of that world, you know, when you know, you know. Here's what I think is going on with Mr. Nader. I think he's a grifter. I think he knows there are women out there that maybe have the Dom sub tendencies or fantasies, and he looks for women that are into that or curious about that, and he takes advantage. Women who are so desperate to live out those fantasies that they'll just take anybody. Looking for women that have those fantasies, and he totes himself as a Dom. And since he's finding women that perhaps have very little or no knowledge about that world, they don't know any better. And so he goes to them and he says, "Oh, I'm a Dom," and they believe him. They think, "Oh, he's a dominant type personality, so that must be true." No, it's not. This is why it's important for anybody who is a Dom or a sub to learn as much as they can about that lifestyle as possible, if for no other reason, to protect yourself from people like Nader, people who are fake, people who just want to exhibit control over others and use it badly to hurt others, to abuse others. And here's another little dirty secret about that world. As I said, there are the people who are real, people who are honorable, people who respect limits, people who are all about consent, people who care about each other. And then there are the fakes and the charlatans that don't know what they're doing. They put off the air of knowing what they're doing, and they don't. And they go around hurting people and abusing people. And I've heard stories about women who've gotten with a fake, fakes who don't care about limits or consent. They look for people, they look for women that don't know what they're doing, have no knowledge, and they prey on individuals perhaps who have low self-esteem and are just looking for a place to belong. They want to belong to somebody, and they take full advantage of that. And some of the bigger targets are overweight women. And I'm not saying overweight women cannot have self-esteem or be beautiful or be valuable in their own right, because they certainly are. That there are dishonorable people who call themselves Doms, that they specifically look for overweight women. Because there's a lot of overweight women who lack self-esteem. They lack self-worth, and they're just so happy to have somebody take them on. There's low self-esteem in smaller women, in bigger women, but I've heard stories about fake Doms, dishonorable wannabe Doms, who look for and prey upon the bigger ladies because they're just so wanting of attention, affection, a sense of belonging, that they get taken advantage of. Do I think that's a disgusting practice? Absolutely. Anybody who calls themselves a Dom and they're not, that they prey upon and look for people, men or women, looking for that low self-esteem, looking for that low sense of worth to prey upon and to abuse. Disgusting and dishonorable. Absolutely dishonorable. But unfortunately, it does happen. It absolutely does happen. But let's keep going.
In a scenario, whatever, you know, trying to like fucking calm this down all night long. He's trying to, and I had to see my mom today. Like I had to go see my mom today, and Nada was supposed to meet my mother and my brother today. It was planned.
Before we go any further, let me just add that to this. As far as the situation with Chantal and Nader, I think Chantal had those fantasies about having a dom. And she also probably told Nader about all of her money. So he took advantage of that. The fact that here's this person with these fantasies, she doesn't know any better, and she's got lots of money because she wants to be his sub so badly. He was going to play her and play upon her wanting to be a sub, to be claimed. Hasn't Chantal said that in the past, that she wanted him to claim her? Claiming is a dom sub thing. She said she wanted to be claimed by Nader. She wanted to be his sub. To the point where, this is my opinion, she went out and actually bought her own day collar, the heart necklace. Remember those heart necklaces she was wearing quite a while? Whenever she would go see Nader? Day collar. She was wearing her own day collar. And now Dede has her necklace on. Those heart necklaces were day collars. Of course, they don't really count as day collars because, as I said, he's not a real dom. And if you go out and buy your own day collar, it really means nothing because the dom didn't give it to you. But she wanted to be claimed so badly that she was going through the motions of acting like a sub when really she was never his sub. She was just someone trying to live that fantasy out, and he was letting her go with it for the sake of his own financial benefit. Also, something I want to show you guys, something that's going to be brought up in this audio, the contract. I'm sure a lot of people are wondering, what does a contract look like? I just Googled. Here is a version of the contract. Let me see if I can blow it up so you guys can see. This is what a contract would look like. Just a simple agreement. Now, if anybody's wondering, is this legal binding? No, this is not something you can go to jail for if you break the contract or this changed. No, you're not going to go to jail for this if you break the contract. All the dom sub contract is just an agreement, a written up agreement of what's going to go on between the submissive and the dominant. Like what your duties are, what you're supposed to do, what the dom does for you. And it can vary from person to person. Sometimes doms and subs don't have contracts. Sometimes they do. But here is an example of such a contract. You can't go to jail for this. You know, it's just a written up agreement. So it's basically, you know, so you understand what you're supposed to do and what the dom is going to do for you. That's all it is. One more element that I want to bring into this. Okay. Something that I've been suspecting with Chantal, and I'm pretty sure about. I think on top of the dom sub thing between Nader, Dede, and Chantal, that there's elements of financial domination. Let me explain what that is. Here's the definition. Financial domination, or FinDom for short, is one of the many fetishes in the world of BDSM. It most often takes the form of a submissive man giving his money and thus his control to a dominant woman. In this case, it's reversed. He's a dominant man and she wants to be a submissive woman, often a professional findom, usually without any exchange of explicit sexual services at all. So in simple terms, those who do financial domination, part of their kink is giving their money and control to another person, and they really don't get anything sexual in return. I've often suspected Chantal has a humiliation degradation fetish, and if she does, what's more humiliating than giving your money to somebody and getting nothing back? If she does have a humiliation degradation fetish, that would play into it. That could be an element of it. But we all know about how she has given her money to nadar and gone on trips with him, buying him things, and maybe she looked at that as just being the submissive and taking care of her dom. But she's gone on shopping trips with him. She has given him money, and often there was nothing sexual in return. He just took the money, and she was just so happy that she was playing out a part of being a submissive. So let's keep going with this phone call.
It was planned. At 12 o'clock today, she's 5 minutes away. We're going to walk there and he's going to meet my mom, So the whole night, and then she threw up. She threw up after he saw him eating me out. She got sick and she started throwing up. So she threw up. But and then he's like, okay. And then she goes lie down in my bed, and then he's like, okay, go and eat her pussy. I'm like,
this guy, this makes me ill. Chantal's physically sick, and he's still wanting something to happen. Consent. This guy cares nothing about consent. These two women did not want to do anything with each other in the first place. And he's still trying to push for it. And I feel, my opinion, the reason why he was pushing so hard is because he's with Dede. He likes Dede. But maybe he was wanting a situation where, oh, I just want them to get along with each other. And I want something physical to happen so that Chantal will be okay with him being with Dede. And that way Chantal could be the financial pay pig and take care of both of them. She could fund that whole lifestyle, and to make it easier, make something happen. And that way the two of them would like each other. And that way that there could be some kind of toxic balance of sorts.
She's sick. She just threw up.
Right.
Like, what do you mean? Like, he's fucked up. And I'm like,
you know what, Dede? If I were you, ma'am, I would be looking at that. You're with a guy, and last night you guys, you told everybody that you're dating now, which you guys have been dating for a long time, but I'll be looking at that. You're with a man that cares so little about consent that he's going to push two women together that don't want to be together, and even after one gets physically ill, he's still trying. This is the guy you want to be with, who doesn't care about consent at all. He just cares about what he wants. This selfish person, you want to be with that so bad. This is the partner that you want to have in life? Are you serious?
No. Oh, she's playing a game. She's playing a game. Trust me, she wants this. She wants you. She wants you. I'm like, oh my God, this is fucking crazy, So the entire night she's going from the bed, then she's like, then I'm in the couch and they're in the bed. Then I couldn't take it. I hear him giggling and laughing, and then I hear him like. Then he's like, come back in the bed. So the three of us in the bed. Then he's like, trying try to eat her out, trying to eat her. I'm like, she's not feeling well. She keeps saying she's sick, But then she's giggling with him, and so the entire night. Then the morning comes, like not sleeping, just back and forth, like stupidity. And I'm like, so then 10 o'clock comes around, and I'm like, okay, Nada, we have to get ready. We're gonna have to go see my mom. Are you crazy? I can't go in this state and this. And Chantal didn't want to leave. She's like, well, I want to leave. I want to go. I should go home, but I'll come back. I'm just gonna go check on my cats and have a couple hours sleep. But I'll come back now. Don't worry. Like she thinks like because all this happened, they're back together again.
You know, I know Chantal was desperate for Nader's attention, but where was her head at? I mean, you know, somebody that she's crazy about, basically pushing her into a intimate situation she did not want to be a part of, and yet she wants, after that experience, she wants to come back. Why come back to somebody who doesn't care anything about consent?
I'm like, hold on, I'm not even done. So then I'm mad. I'm fucking pissed because I'm like, I have an attitude too. Like when I'm like, so he's like, I can't go see your mom, Debbie. I can. And then he's kind of cuddling with Chantal while I'm getting ready to go see my mom in the bed.
Yeah. He's cuddling with this woman in your bed when you're about to see your mom and you didn't hit the roof? You didn't tell like the bum to get out of your house? I would have. First of all, I wouldn't have allowed that situation to happen ever, that whole three-way situation, because listen, no means no. Absolutely no. There's no negotiation with no. But you're allowing this to happen in your bed, Dede, and it's your house. You're okay with that?
So I go up to him and I'm like, listen, if you disrespect my mom, it doesn't work for me. If she's waiting, my brother's coming there too because he wants to meet you. Like my mother's waiting, she wants to meet you. It's been planned all week. No, I can't. Don't do this.
Okay, something that I was listening to this audio last night, and this is just something that popped into my head. Ladies and gentlemen in the chat, the whole Nader going to meet the family thing, when does that usually happen? When you are seeing somebody and you take them to meet your family, when does that usually happen? When you are seriously dating, right? When things are getting serious, that's when they go meet the fam. So that's why this meeting, I feel, was so important, because things were getting serious between them and had been serious.
I love you, Debbie. I love you. Come give me a kiss, give me a hug or something. I do respect you. I know. I said, if you choose, you think I'm gonna go see my mother, and I know you're gonna be here alone with Chantal. You're gonna fuck her brains out while I'm at my mother's when you're supposed to be there. You know. Anyway, he didn't say. He's like, no, don't do this. It's okay. Don't. I got ready. I had to go. My mom's waiting for me. Like I'm not gonna just. I have to.
I'm sorry. If it's my house and there's somebody in my house that I don't want there, they've got to go. First of all, they're not even allowed in. Secondly, I'll be damned if I'm going to let another woman lay in my bed with a person I consider to be my man. No, absolutely not. But you allowed that, Dede. You did. You absolutely did. He's supposed to go with you to your mom's. Bye, Chantal. You got to go. We got to go. Get her out. But you left the house with him and her in your bed, girl. This man that you're dating, that you want to be in a relationship with, you allowed him to disrespect you in your own house and in your own bed. This is the one you want to make into a partner. Okay.
So I go to my mom. Then I get all these messages from Chantal, voice messages. Oh, I'm sorry what happened last night. She was driving all the way on her way home already. I was at my mom's for like 2 hours. And she's like, I'm on my way home telling him he's a fucking asshole. Da, 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 da. I know you guys were fucking. I know what happened yesterday. It's going to be a secret between us. And thank you for everything you did. But he's a fucking ass. And don't. And when you left, he calls you a fucking bitch anyway. I just want you to know that. And tell Nader to listen to all the messages that I sent him. So I'm at my mom's. I'm like, okay. I come home. She's gone. Obviously, he's sleeping. Then he's like, obviously, come here, come here, come here. And I'm like, I'm cleaning the house. The house is a mess because, like, wine, glasses, this, that. I'm like, I clean my house. I can't leave it like that. Come in the bed, come in the bed. I'm like, no, I want to clean my house. Fuck, this is a fucking mess. And then he goes, Oh, because of me, eh? And he starts, he starts, da, 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 da. I'm like, okay. Then he gets mad at me. Then he makes up with me, He's like, are we going to sign a contract? And, you're my bitch. And,
There we go. Are we going to sign a contract? There's that part. There's that part. Been telling y'all for months this thing is a Dom sub thing, and he's play acting at being a Dom, and Chantal's mentioned the contract thing, and now she's bringing it up. I've been telling y'all about that for months. For months. Told you so. When you know, you know. And again, I want to stress, let's make this very, very, very clear. Whether anybody in my audience, whether you're into that lifestyle, whether you know a lot about it or not, I'm here to tell you that there's a way to be part of that lifestyle and there's a way not to. That even if you know nothing about it, I'm here to let you know there are lots of people involved in that lifestyle. They do things the right way, the respectful, consensual way. It's not the horrible thing that maybe some people think it is. If you handle it the right way, it can be a very pleasurable thing to be a part of. You can have a lot of wonderful experiences. But if you encounter a fake ass like Natter, a harmful, toxic person like Natter, you will have horrible experiences. They are not a good representation of that lifestyle at all. They are fakes, they are phonies, and they do more harm than good. So he's going through the motions. And I think, as I said, I think that he's just a fake and a phony with a dominant type personality, which does not make you a Dom. It doesn't. Just because you bark orders at people does not make you a Dom. But he looks for vulnerable women who know nothing about that lifestyle. He preys upon them for his own pleasure and for his own financial benefit. He finds targets, he locks on target, and he puts off this thing of, I'm a real Dom. No, you're not, Natter. I've known real Doms. You ain't it. But he found Chantal. She had those urges. She had those fantasies. And he put across to her that, oh, I'm a Dom. And she just got all excited about that. Oh, I found a real Dom. I can be a sub. And all this time she's been thinking that maybe she had access to that lifestyle. She thought she found the real thing and she didn't. All she found was a grifter play acting at being a Dom who doesn't care anything about consent, didn't care anything about her. He just wanted to grift her out of all her money as much as possible. And he did. He grifted her out of a lot of money by being a fake and a phony and acting like he knew more than she did, when actually he knows nothing. And Dede thinks she's a real sub. She's not. He's just taking advantage of the fact that maybe she is more naturally submissive than Chantal. And she happens to have a condo. And he's there for his benefit. Everything is for his benefit. In the world of BDSM, the Dom cares as much about their subs as subs care about their Doms. And like I said, everything is consensual and on the table. Nothing is off the table. Nothing is ever hidden. Not about true harm. It's not the purpose of the lifestyle. It's about consensual, safe play. It's about trust. It's about honor. People caring about each other, caring about the welfare of each other.
You're my Adam, you're my number one, not number one, whatever. He didn't say that, but he's like, and he's like, don't ever do that again, and don't talk like that again, and I'm like, well, she sent me messages. Here's what she said, and then I said, apparently she sent you a bunch of messages. She sent him like 12 messages, voice messages. You fucking asshole! I know that you were to Dede. I can see you ate her out, and I can tell you're naked in front of her, and she's naked in front of you. You've obviously been fucking, and you're not telling her,
And here's something else I want to put out there. Dede is more naturally submissive than Chantal. Chantal she's too stubborn. She's too headstrong. You know, she's kind of got a dominant personality in her own right, be it in a bad way, but she still has one. She wanted to be submissive. She wanted to play act of being a submissive for Natter, but she's not naturally submissive. That and the fact that Natter hates her. He hates her. But I'm sure he strung her along saying, yes, you're my sub, or, you know, I'll make you my sub. And so all this time she thought, oh, I'm his sub. But she never was. She never could be. What she was trying to do was fit a square peg into a round hole. But she never was truly going to be his submissive. Because those two, meaning Natter and Chantal, they butt heads too much. Okay? He needs a woman to be submissive to him at all times, whether there's play going on or not. And Dede can do that. Dede knows how to handle Natter. She knows when to shut her mouth. She's never embarrassed him. She's never humiliated him. She's never gone to the cops. Chantal's done all of that and more. For that, Natter would never make her his submissive because she's shown the worst of herself. Absolutely shown the worst of herself. You know, she's shown how vengeful and wrathful she can be. Dede is naturally submissive. Chantal play acts at it. She play acted at it because she wanted to be close to Natter, but she was never truly submissive. And that's what Natter is looking for, somebody who is submissive, who will say, yes, Natter, go along with whatever he says. That's what he's looking for. That's what he found in Dede. Chantal was just somebody on the side that he used for money, period. But she was never his submissive. Although, you know, she was living out her fantasy by buying her own day collar, the heart necklace. Day collars are a symbolic thing that, if it's real, really means something. The day collars are a gift from the Dom to the sub. And they mean something when the Dom gives them to you, not when you go out and buy your own. She bought hers. Therefore, it meant nothing. But she wanted to play act at it, so, you know, she would just do things on her own to kind of further the fantasy. Also, notice the way that Natter treats Dede versus Chantal. I'm going to bring something up. Notice that Chantal shaved her head. This is just my opinion. I don't have any confirmation here. I feel that her shaving her head, it was a punishment. Some sort of punishment for things she did wrong. This is just my opinion now. I don't have any receipts that when she acted up, maybe Natter asked her to shave her head as a punishment. Because if you're between the Dom sub thing, there are different punishments. She shaved her head. Perhaps for Natter. Maybe she did it for attention too, but that could have been a punishment from Natter as well for acting up. And because she loved Natter, maybe she did it. But notice that even though she wanted to be his sub, she shaved her head. But with Dede, what did he do for Dede recently? He cut her hair and he threaded her face. You know, you look at both Chantal and Dede, the difference in attitude towards each woman, who he was really into versus who he wasn't. With Chantal, he didn't like her, he hated her, so he absolutely disrespected her. But Dede gets a little bit of respect. He's more caring of Dede. To me, that shows if he is play acting at being a Dom, where each woman, like how he looked at each woman differently as far as being potential submissives or submissives. One, he's going to completely disrespect, shave your head, I'm going to not touch you, I'm not going to kiss you, versus one that he does. So Chantal was never his submissive. He never wanted her to be his submissive, but maybe he teased her with the idea of being so, and she was enthralled by that. Absolutely enthralled. I'll do whatever you want. Maybe there was the element of financial domination where he took her money and let her buy him things, and she never got anything intimate in return, but maybe that was part of the verbal agreement between the two. I'll play act of being your dom, and you will, because I'm your quote unquote dom, you just be happy to buy me things and be around me. Maybe that was the agreement. And all the stuff that we've seen online, y'all, and I've said this before, I feel a lot of it, really, it was stuff in private. I'm sorry, excuse me. It was stuff that normally happens in private when it comes to BDSM that they decided to put on YouTube for the sake of making money. Because normally in BDSM, things that happen in private, like any kind of scenes happen in private. They don't involve a public audience. But maybe Chantal and Nader, they decided to take their scenes and make them into a spectacle and make money with it. And in that way, benefit each other. So let's go on.
She's pissed. And she did say yesterday she was going to rent a hotel room in Montreal for tonight and tomorrow. She said that. She said that yesterday. She wasn't sure she's going to Cuba. She's not sure. She's not sure, you know. Anyway, so that's it. So when I got home, and then we listened to the messages that she sent him, and she's cursing him out, but in a way where you can tell she's cursing him out, but still loves him and still wants to. You're an asshole. You're a fucking asshole. I know you're. And I was ready to come. I swear this weekend I was going to tell you I want to find an apartment with you and this and that, and you know. So we listened to it, and then he's like, come here, and then hug me, and then he goes, and of course we fuck, you know. And you're, you know, we're gonna sign a contract together. You know that, and then don't ever do that again. And I'm your dom, you know that, and then
boom, we're gonna sign a contract, and I'm your dom. Boom. Who said it first? I did. But you know what? Those who do not know about that lifestyle, you would never know. If you know, you know. But if you don't know, you won't know. If you know nothing about that stuff, you would never guess. And because I knew, I saw this. And I spoke it to you guys. Because a lot of you guys, you're going crazy trying to figure this whole thing out. There's so many different layers. Well, this is one layer. The fact that that element is present in this situation. It's very much, it's there. Very strong element. You've got this guy play acting at being a dom and trying to act like a dominant, or what he thinks a dominant is, putting out this I'm a real man attitude. Let me tell you something, Nader. I've known doms, and I knew one in particular. He didn't have to tell people he was a dominant person. He never came off arrogant. In fact, if you talked to him, you would never think of him as being a dom. He's not aggressive at all. Very soft-spoken, but he is. If you are a dominant, if you are an alpha, you don't have to tell people you are. They just know. They just know. You don't have to come out with your chest all puffed up and I'm a real man. No, you ain't got to do that. When you're in control of yourself, when you're an alpha, nobody, you don't have to tell anybody. They just know. And they respect you for it. They absolutely respect you and they trust you. So all this bravado from Nader, that's him play acting at what he thinks a dom is. And all the stupid women on his channel that don't know any better, Chantal included, they eat it up and they buy it. Well, guess what, Nader? I know better and I ain't buying it, pal. Not buying it at all. I know the reals from the fakes. And you're a fake.
that don't just, you know, because I was mad. I'm like, you're disrespecting my mother. And then he's like, how dare you say that I'm disrespecting her? You know, I respect her. And I'm like, And my mother actually, when I went there, I pretended that Nader had his mother wasn't feeling well and he's not in the mood, and he was.
I'm sorry. I think that's disgusting, Dede. Disgusting. So this man that did not care about your consent, that kind of threw you into an intimate situation you did not want to be a part of, and you want to bring this man around your mother. This is the person you want to meet your family? Are you for fucking real right now? This man who cares nothing about consent, cares nothing about how you feel. This is the one you want to meet your family. This is the one you're getting into a relationship with. Girl, I'm looking at you sideways. Sideways.
He wants to meet you for the first time. He doesn't want it to be like this date, you know? So I lied to my mother, and then my mother's like, "Can I make him a little video?" So my mother fucking, says like, "Hi, Nader. I'm sorry I didn't meet you. I'm really sorry about your mom." I had to lie, and I'm like fucking almost bawling the fact that I had to lie, and she's like wants to make a little video for him to say like, "Don't worry," and I hope to meet you soon, and anyway, so that's it. So I come home, and that's it. So we fucked twice.
After all that, you still having sex with them. You're disgusting, Dede.
Then Chantal writes a message like, "I know you still have stuff in my car," because she left, I guess, abruptly, and we still had a suitcase left in the car because you didn't bring everything in last night. So she's like, "I can come tonight on my way to Ricardo's, Jose, whatever, this fucking guy on OnlyFans is a parent's motherfucker or something like that. I'm going to see him to fuck him. So if you want me to drop off the stuff, yeah, I can do it." And I'm like, "What do you want me to say?" And he's like, "Tell her yes, tell her here, come," because he wanted.
Honestly, I don't think there was ever a Jose or Ricardo. That Chantal has talked about different guys, I feel, just to try to get under Natter's skin, to kind of put off like I'm in control and other guys want me, and you better watch it. You better claim me. You better lay claim to me because other guys want me too. Like she's trying to play a game with Natter, like other people want me. You better grab onto me before somebody else gets me. And also using this situation because she wants to see him. Like I'm gonna go see some other guy, but she wanted to go see him. But they've been playing this ridiculous game back and forth of who's got the most control. Her trying to emphasize to him that she's a wanted woman, that other men want her, that maybe she might spend her money on other men. So just trying to manipulate him into claiming her or owning her or something. And it's never worked with Natter because he doesn't care about Chantal. He never wanted her. He just wanted her money. He's always had a love affair with her money.
Obviously wanted the stuff. That's what I'm thinking in my head, right? Like he just wants the stuff.
Now he just wants her money. I mean, he could buy that stuff again if he wanted to, if it were that important.
So she messages at 8:00. So she's like, "Okay, I'm leaving in an hour, and he can come outside and pick up the stuff, and I'm done forever." That's what she wrote. "Pick up this thing, and I'm done forever." So we're lying on my couch, we're cuddling, we're watching a bit of TV, whatever, and then ding, she's here. So he puts on his jacket and stuff, and I'm like, "Okay, just get the stuff, come back." And I had to go to the bathroom because me, when I'm nervous, just the fact that she was here again made me nervous. I have diarrhea. That's me. So I'm in the bathroom, and then the doorbell rings. I'm thinking he's coming in just with a suitcase. No, she's back. She brings her in again.
Yeah, that's another thing, Dede. That's your house. And he's just letting somebody into your house that you don't want there. You're okay with that?
I'm like, and she's like, "I know, Amy, you're probably the last person you want to see right now." She's fucking mentally fucked up, right? "I know you're probably the last person I want to see. You want to see right now." Blah, blah, blah. But when I'm fucking crazy, when I'm mad, I say stupid things, and I'm like, "Okay." She sits there. She sits on my couch. She's smoking a joint. Not her smokes a joint. I didn't take any. I didn't want. Like, no. And then she's like, "Okay, well, I'm renting a hotel room. I gotta go. It's like 11:00 now, and I gotta go. I have to rent a hotel room."
And you could tell this whole situation was fake because here's Chantal. She's strongly selling the idea of, I got to go meet somebody. I got to go rent a room. Like she's just overselling it. Like she's just not casually mentioning it and leaving it alone. She's really selling this thing of like, I gotta go meet some other guy. I gotta go meet some other guy. She's overselling it. That's how you know it was phony.
Like, whoa, which hotel? Oh, it's downtown. It's called Mobile in Montreal. I'm like, oh yeah, I know that one. And she's like, yeah, it's my birthday tomorrow because tomorrow's her birthday. Now is her birthday, I guess, Monday. So I said, okay, well, happy birthday. We're watching the end of the Oscars because the Oscars are on. And then she's like, so I gotta go because I gotta go rent the hotel room, right? So, Natalie, what are you doing? Do you want to pick it up? You want to get the suitcase now, or do you want? Because he left the suitcase and just brought her in.
Yeah, so why do that? If he was just picking up his suit, if she brought over the suitcase and that was the most important thing, why not just walk out to her car, get the suitcase, and walk back in? Why bring her in? I feel it's because Nader still wanted to make some sort of three-way situation between Chantal and Dede. He wanted to bring her into the situation, still trying to find a way, trying to manipulate both women to be agreeable with each other. And neither woman was comfortable with each other because they both wanted the same thing. They wanted Nader all to themselves. And they weren't comfortable doing the three-way with each other. But Nader didn't care. He wanted what he wanted.
That might hit him. I know.
So yeah, that was the phone call. That was it. That was it. So Nader's over there being a fake ass dom and preying upon women that have the 50 Shades of Grey fantasies, trying to put himself out there as I'm a dom, preying upon those women who have those fantasies. Let me tell you, he's not the real deal. And the worst part about people like him, men like him, dominants like him, fake doms, is that all it takes to ruin somebody from the idea of living out that fantasy is having a bad encounter with somebody like that. Because once you have a bad encounter, you assume that everybody's going to be like that and you don't want anything to do with that life. There are lots of good people in the life, but then there are the bad people that are running around putting on the title and they have no idea what it means, nor do they care to learn. You can learn. You can go out there and seek knowledge. You can learn a lot on your own. But just using the fact that he's on YouTube to go after women, go after their money, those that might have those fantasies or might get some kind of kick at the idea of calling somebody master or sir or daddy, give them a kick thinking that, oh, they've got access to that lifestyle. You don't. You're dealing with a fake and a charlatan. I will call him out all day long because, hey, real versus fake. I see you, Nader. I see you. Saw you all the way over here months ago. Saw the situation. And it makes me angry. It really makes me angry. People were warning Chantal months ago about him. She didn't want to listen. But just hearing about this situation where two women, I don't like either woman. Okay, I don't like Dede. I don't like Chantal. But hearing about the situation of a person, dom or not, urging women to do things together and they're not on board with it, it makes me ill. Should not have happened. Should not have happened. Consent is very, very, very important. If one or more parties involved are not consenting, it shouldn't happen. Period. End of story. So that's it for this React video. I'm going to go ahead and cover part of the live that happened last night with Dede and Nader, where Dede was just going off. I'm going to take a look at it, see what we can do. So I hope you guys have enjoyed this React video. And if this adult conversation about the Dom sub thing has made anybody uncomfortable, I'd like to apologize. But again, this is something that is a layer to the foodie beauty story. It's a big layer, so it has to be discussed. It has to be discussed in order to be understood. You know, the more you know, the more you understand, the more you can understand. So that's it for now. Thank you guys for watching, and please have a very good day. Bye-bye.